It's David Knell, of all people. So, welcome to the actual auction. You could be watching this video on eBay, which is where it lives, and you can follow a link if you're not. If you're watching this on YouTube or on my site for whatever, then the link is there. So, here's the deal. As I've been saying, I am going to be selling, or am now currently selling, auctioning off my original script from Spring Break. There it is in my hands. And the auction is going to be going through St. Patrick's Day, and this is 2012 in case you're watching this 6 months later and going, "Ooh, how did I miss that?" Here's the information. So let me tell you what you are bidding for here. You're bidding on my original script from Spring Break, which has, as I said in something, there's some phone numbers here actually written on the front there. There's some stains that we don't know what they are. I don't know. And it's there. That's the entire script, pretty much as we shot it. There's some interesting things in here. There's a couple of lines that I wrote down that weren't in there that didn't make it in there. There are scenes that have been cut from the film. There's all kinds of stuff. There's even here a piece of paper that are the directions to get to where we shot that the beach scene, the scene with the alligator, where I finally get to kiss Modine. Happened right here, and if you're in Fort Lauderdale, you'll have the directions. You can go there yourself and go, "Ha!" And if Modine's there too, yeah, I don't know, maybe just give you a kiss. I don't know, or you can pee on an alligator if you like, if that's your idea of a good time. So that'll be in there, but that's not all that's going to be in there. I'm also including, along with this script, which is a one-of-a-kind, priceless relic of the 80s, I'm also including all my other Spring Break stuff, which includes, genuine relic of the 80s, a laser disc, the actual laser disc from Spring Break, right there. That's going to be, you're going to get that too, and I again fit it back in there. An original unopened album, the record album, the LP. Remember those, kids? Were you there? With that, it still does not have the song, the Lauderdale Ladies song. That just doesn't exist anywhere recorded. Nor does it have the 38 Special song, which I think was one of the best songs in the movie. Not on this, but it's an unopened thing there. And also, what else is going in here? My press kit there, which is, I don't know if it's a complete press kit. I mean, you may be able to find some of these online, but I doubt it. Some of the things that are in the press kit, there's press releases and stuff are in there. There's this cool postcardy thing. Excuse me. It says, "What are you doing for Spring Break?" And it's pretty cool. It folds out, and there's a picture of Corinne, woof, and some of the other gals there who are in the movie, and like unto that. Pretty cool. Good for hanging on your wall if you have. I'm sorry, what? Okay. There's also in here, there's a postcard from Fort Lauderdale. It's from the Holiday Inn Oceanside, which is where we stayed when we shot the movie, at 3000 East Las Olas Boulevard. I don't think the hotel is there anymore. I think it's been turned into something else, but that's in there. There's a few actual snapshots that were taken by my my wife at the time, or someone. There's me and Steve O.T. Bassett doing some kung fu action right there, and there's Sean Cunningham, who's the director, and Steve Poster, who is our cinematographer, who has shot many other fine films since then. He actually continued to have a career. Shot Donnie Darko and a few other things, and so some other cool pictures. Here's some pictures of when Perry and Steve came out to my house during the Summer Olympics, and Perry had his Olympic mobile, his Los Angeles Olympic mobile, holding a Mondale Ferraro sign there. So cool stuff. There's some of the photos that were part of the press kit, some of the black and white. Look, this is actually the photo that I used to audition with. Or it's not maybe the actual photo, but it is what I would have been using at the time, and because it was here and there. So there's other some still photos of these folks here, and like that, and a couple of them. Here's one that actually did not make it in the press kit, but I thought it was cool. It's me at the Coke machine, and it's pre-autographed to Steve, a good man with dubious taste in film. Apparently I autographed this and just never sent it to Steve, whoever Steve is. Maybe you're Steve. Maybe this is your chance to get it back. So it's a whole bunch of really fun stuff for very unique for it's the ultimate spring break fan collection, I think. Now, several of you have asked, Dave, you have said, how can you give up this stuff? Why are you doing that? And I'll tell you, I will wax philosophical for a moment. A bunch of years ago, about 10 years ago, I started just divesting myself of all my stuff. Very sort of, so I could walk the earth like Cain. I've mentioned that sort of thing. Because as I found, I'd been married for a long time, and I just started getting rid of stuff because every time I moved from little apartment to bigger apartment or whatever, I had all this stuff that I was carrying around in boxes and things, and I just said, you know what, I don't need this stuff. It was just like literally carrying your baggage around from the past. And I said, I don't want to do that anymore. So I just started getting rid of everything. Including, as I mentioned, I used to have a bunch of guitars, and I had gotten rid of them. And I got rid of my last guitar because I realized I just wasn't playing it. It was a beautiful guitar. It was a Guild D25 rosewood, very nice guitar, but I wasn't playing it. Every time I looked at it, I realized it was making me think, why am I not playing this guitar? So it was kind of making me sad that I wasn't playing the guitar. And somebody out there I knew would like this guitar. So I put it onto Craigslist, and the guy who bought that guitar from me had been looking for that very guitar for years. And he was a professional musician, so I know he is now loving that guitar and playing it way more than I was. Similarly, all this stuff, it just sits in a box. Well, it was sitting in a box at my mother's house until very recently. And then she sent it to me, and now it's just sitting in a box in my thing. And, I have the actual experience and the memories of actually working on the film. So I'm thinking that for somebody else, for someone who really likes the film, and I know that there's a bunch of people out there who do, who have really enjoyed the film and would love to have this stuff, and it would be appreciated a lot more by, one of you than me, ultimately. So that's why I'm letting it go. And it has a kind of an emotional attachment to it, but still, I think it will be better to be in the hands and on the wall or whatever of somebody who really has a love and appreciation for it. So that's the story. All of this will be yours, and I'm going to actually throw in something else for the person who wins this. Is at some point we'll get together for if we can either do this by phone or Skype, or if I'm in your area, I'll buy you a beer and we'll sit and you can ask me all kinds of questions about the movie if you like. Or whatever, we can just sit and stare in awkward silence. We can do that too. But I'm going to be, if you're in either the Pacific Northwest or in the LA area, at some point this year I'm going to be in the New York area, in the Chicago area, in the Dallas, excuse me. I know that's different. Texas, somewhere. So, maybe we can do that in person, and that will also be going along with all of this. So that's what you're bidding on. If you're interested, the auction will be over on St. Patrick's Day, which means, little caveat here, I know if you're Irish or just use the excuse to be drinking your Guinness or whatever, you may be prone to drunk bidding on that day. If you do, that's cool. I have no judgments over that. Just be aware that, if you do drunk bid, because you've had a whole bunch of Irish whiskey or whatever, you are still responsible for paying up. So that's the caveat. There you go. That's what I have to say. Hope you will enjoy this stuff, sure, and like that. So go to it, have fun. If you have any questions or anything, you can either respond to wherever you're seeing this. If it's on Facebook, just send a comment, or even on the through eBay, or even on YouTube. Check it out. Talk to me. There you go. Later.